In this class, you'll learn how to show up with confidence in interviews, meetings, negotiations, and high-stakes pitches. Whether we like to admit it or not, people decide if they like us, if they trust us, if they want to work with us or be in relationship with us within the first few minutes of meeting us. Introverts like to believe their first impression happens the moment they start talking. But actually, your first impression happens the moment someone first sees you. When you hop on Zoom, when you walk into a room, when you walk into a meeting, those first 2 seconds of nonverbal presence change how people treat you. After analyzing thousands of first encounters, I found the fastest way to make a great first impression is the triple threat. These are the most important 3 nonverbal cues that you can do in the first few seconds that someone sees you. First is using open hand gestures. Second is eye contact. And third is a broad posture. Let's start with hand gestures. When humans first see each other, the first place they look is actually our hands. I think that the importance of hands is a remnant from our caveman days. When we were approached by a stranger caveman, if they held up their hand and signaled, friend, 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 they're not holding a weapon, a rock, or a spear. This instinct still remains. Here is the most important thing to do with your hands in the first 5 minutes. Visible. Avoid pockets. Don't cross your arms or have them hidden. Don't have them behind your back. Don't tuck them into a purse. When we see someone's hands, it actually makes us, the listener, relax. And here's why. If we can see someone's hands, we can see intention. We can see, are they about to shake our hand? Are they gonna explain a concept like 2 ideas or 3 ideas, a big idea, a small idea? And so when we see someone's hands, it increases our trust, but it also makes you easier to listen to. And so the more visible you can have them, the better. The most important thing you can do when you first enter a room is the palm flash. This could be a wave, hello. This could be hopping on Zoom, good morning, or good afternoon. You're literally signaling to the other person's brain, you can trust me. You're showing you're not concealing anything. And so if you can show your hands out of pockets, visible first, people immediately are able to trust you. But we're also looking to hands to be a better listener. So if I were to say I have a big idea, I would look at hands to see, oh, how big is it? And we also want to know with a gesture, are you going to reach out and touch us? Are we getting a handshake? That looks like this. Are we just getting a wave because germ season? Are we getting a hug? That would be a double open. Or are we getting a fist bump, right? One fascinating thing I discovered about hands actually came from TED Talks. I love TED Talks, and I wanted to know if there was a difference between the most popular TED speakers and the least popular TED speakers just based on view count. So my team and I, my amazing team, we analyzed thousands of hours of TED Talks looking for patterns. The most popular speakers, those with the most views, use 70% more hand gestures than the least popular ones. The most popular TED speakers typically start their TED Talks like this. See if this looks familiar. Today, I want to talk to you about a big idea. I'm going to talk about 3 different things that could change your life. That's a TED Talk voice, and that's TED Talk gestures. And we are literally cued that this person, wow, they said they have 3 things to talk about. Those 3 things must really be really important. And what's funny about this is we actually give more weight to gestures. So for example, if I were to say, today, I have a very big idea. You would look at my gesture and be like, but Vanessa, it looks so small. Or if I were to say, today, I want to talk to you about 5 different ideas, and hold up the number 3, you're more likely to believe the 3 than the 5. A study in the Academy of Management Journal found that gestures can outweigh words in a pitch. You actually give 12.5 times more weight to my gesture than my words. In this way, very good TED speakers are cueing you to competence. They're saying, follow my gestures for an outline of my words, and that immediately makes you more magnetic and increases your impact. With your hand gestures on point, now it's time to perfect another key part of your first impression, the handshake. A handshake is so critical to building trust, if you can do it. And by the way, most people think that they can do a handshake on the first time meeting, but I recommend a handshake every time you meet, even if it's someone you already know. A quick one shows someone, I trust you, I want to be palm to palm. Take a look at some of these handshakes. These work because they're firm without being forceful and convey confidence and warmth. Our thumbs were pointed towards the sky. You never want to flip a handshake to the side. If I were to shake your hand like this, it would be more dominant. If you flip someone up, it makes them feel very vulnerable. You also might notice that when you already know someone, you usually do a single pump. Nice to see you. When you don't know someone, you're meeting someone for the first time, we typically do 3 pumps. Nice to meet you. This is the hardest part of a handshake, is how firm is too firm. So I want you to think about, how hard do you squeeze a peach right? You squeeze until there's a little bit of firmness. The worst thing you can do is have a limp dead fish handshake where you leave your hand limp and you don't squeeze them back. You want to match them firmness to firmness. You don't want to over squeeze, but you want to show them I'm here to match and mirror you.